Studio, do you get your lights out? I want to see your lights. Let's light up the room, Atlanta. Let's light up the room, Atlanta. We see you. I see you. Let's light up the room, Atlanta. Let's light up the room. We need all positive frequencies, all positive energy. Yeah, come closer. Fire burning bright, it's in my eyes. It's an evolution, not televised. You know, sing with me. Where we at? Where we are? Never to dream and style. What's the pretty good crying day? What's the rain on your parade? Let's see.
Got a little check out here. Hold on, little check. Hold on. I got a little check on me. A little check. Just a little check. Hold on. Let me see what I got on. Hold on. It's just a little check.
Got back up so I can get in the front.
Oh, okay, hold on. It's just a little check. They call me little check because I just keep a little check on me. But I got the big check at the house. Okay then.
The A. Around here, we don't follow trends. We set them.
It's just an aura, it's a vibe, it's a wave that just doesn't go away.
Everywhere you go, you're gonna see some black folks, and black folks who are unapologetically black. You know what I'm saying? With crazy style, crazy fashion.
It's a thriving creative hotbed.
It's the swag and the culture of who we are as people. Atlanta has always felt as though that we have been, downtrodden. So it's like, no, I'm from Atlanta and I'm proud of it.
It's just an Atlanta thing, period.
We are culture personified.
It's no coincidence that the film and music industry came here.
It's always something that's trending about Atlanta because we are the trendsetters.
We have a proudness, and I think that carries on through our art.
The arts and culture here has colored the entire world, especially musically.
Our city has earned its reputation as a powerhouse in the music industry, a rep that in the past decade could be described in one word: trap. Trap music in our city has become so synonymous that it's difficult to separate one from the other.
Atlanta really does influence everything. And, that phrase kind of didn't come out of nowhere, or it took a life of its own because a lot of truth to it, it's a lot of history to it, We just kind of got our own thing going on. Even all the way down to trap stuff, you know. That's just us.
And what was once just an Atlanta sound is now taking over the world. Where can you go and not encounter trap music system?
Predominantly, you see who's the biggest artists right now from the area are usually
Gucci, man. Gucci, T.I., and 2 Chainz. T.I. first with the trap music and stuff. Then I got on that Jeezy after that. Right now, you know Migos got it right now though.
Now I got some Future on my phone.
Yeah, I got plenty of Future and Gucci.
I got some Gucci.
So I think a lot of people see that and think that, oh, if it's Atlanta, everything's, oh, it's trap, all day, you know, and it's not that.
It's more than just hip hop. It's metal, it's punk, it's soul, it's jazz. Like, you got the best musicians here, bro. But you'll never know it unless you go out on your own and like step into some place and be like, oh, is that? Ooh, that's a jam band. Like, you'd be surprised how many jam bands are in Atlanta killing it. But it's not rap, and they can't make their money off of it.
There's a lot of guys and women that are doing something different, and they're really talented at what they're doing, and these are real storytellers and people who take their artistry seriously, and they make really good music.
Even though Atlanta, it still has a great music scene, like, it's always a lot of dope talent, and I'm talking about advanced talent in the city, but people always glorify the simple things, and I honestly don't know why.
It's trending right now on that E3C app, downloaded inside the Play Store and inside that Apple Store. Heavy. I hear you coming. I hear you.
Hey yo, what's up? Y'all ready for my girl Yanni Mo?
I wanted you from the first second I saw you. Wanted to know you in the moment. You couldn't tell with all them eyes on you, darling. But something in my soul said, fuck it up, baby. I wanna see you fuck it up, yeah. Want you to fuck it up, baby. I wanna see you fuck it up, yeah. Want you to put my soul in your hands. She ain't no golden star, but she can surely dance so broken. I wanna see you fuck it up, baby. I wanna see you fuck it up like twin siblings of words and sentences of churches and Christians. It's third to the being Christian, young college dropout, quit the class and walked out, had a dream, a degree couldn't duplicate. I imagine us getting along, but honestly, I ain't think that we look this great. Goddamn, I'm such a player. Yeah, I heard you had your first exhibit. Man, that's so trill, you gotta be thrilled. I remember you selling on the Civic. Now you in here, sipping this gin. This ain't fake, babe, tell me what is it? She said, well, from what I can tell, it looks like we both made the same decision. Yeah, that's alright, I like your mind and your whole
My name is Johnny Mo. I'm from Lithonia, Georgia, and I'm a musician, a vocalist, a lyricist. I make soul music, I make hip hop, I make good shit. Can we curse? Okay, I make good shit. And yeah, straight out of the East Side. I've been making music, I want to say like over 10 years. Professionally, like doing it as my career for the past 4 years, for sure, yeah.
Chili Chills, you know. I'm from Atlanta. I'm from the heart of the city, like the inner city of Atlanta. And I do music. I'm an artist, you know. I've been doing it for approximately 4 years, maybe.
My name's Javon Womack. I'm a singer-songwriter, musician. I'm from Commerce, Georgia. I now live in Atlanta, Georgia. And I've been an artist for over 10 years.
We are Hero of the Band. I'm Jeremy, aka Goku Love, and I'm the bass player and singer in the band.
I'm Nick, I play keyboard and I'm singer in the band. I'm Justin, I
I'm the lead guitarist in the band.
I'm DJ. I go by that band. I'm a drummer, singer, in the band.
Keep it simple. We'll just say we're from Decatur, Georgia.
From the east side. From everywhere. From
the east side of Atlanta. You know, for some of you guys who don't know.
My name is Brian Causey. I'm a guitarist, a producer, a bass player, all-around artist. And I've been playing guitar for around 11 years at this point. Bass, probably about 6 years. I'm producing for about 4 years.
I'm Lord Horace, 1/3 of the Lords.
I'm Lord Cassius, man.
I'm Lord Pharaoh, you dig?
Yes, sir. And we are the Lords, bro.
You understand? Southside, the big O, you dig? You know what's going on.
I'm Kat Bay. I'm a singer-songwriter. There isn't really one specific genre I would put myself in. So some people would say it's R&B, some people would say it's indie, some people would say it's alternative. I've been experimenting with electronic lately too, so I would say I am alternative R&B.
My name is Devin Gates, and I play a lot of different stuff, but I would say I'm pretty jazz R&B influenced.
I'm Chris Vaughn. I do a lot of R&B, jazz, gospel, whatever. If you feel good, I play it.
We make music, music doesn't make us, so whatever we feel at the time, however we feeling, that's what we make. That's my best way to explain it to you, but
I'll say it's electric. It's electrifying. It's big, it's bold, it's in your face, it's liberating, it's emotional, it's everything. It's life itself, honestly. That's what Hero the Band music and sound is before you even press play.
I feel like our songs come from the heart and are good for people to get to know themselves. If you listen to our music, you will get to know yourself better.
My music, I take very heavy influence from classical composers, Mozart, J.S. Bach, Beethoven, and it was a time when I would just sit in my room and slow down classical music on the Windows Media Player and listen to the licks real heavily and the techniques and translate it to the guitar, and then after playing it and attempting for time after time, you develop faster techniques and stuff that just sounds a little bit more out of the ordinary than the average modern day guitarist. Got really into 80s metal, Motley Crue, Poison, Iron Maiden, that type of stuff. And it just really helped me develop my guitar tone and the sound that I wanted to do. Virtuoso guitarist. To progress and put out music that honors the influences that I try to live by.
In the most non-arrogant way possible, I feel like we're needed because we don't just represent a different type of Black culture and Black music, but we're also representing Black women because we have for so long not really had the big loud voice that is Black women. We haven't really been able to exercise that to the fullest in the music industry, in mass quantities. So I feel like, us being here is needed, but it's also we're gonna break some grounds.
I don't know. I think I catch people off guard a lot. I catch people off guard, but I like to do that. I like to catch people off guard. I consider my music soulful, at its core. it's very much hip hop influence. And I don't know, it's just, like I said, I'm from here, so I'm Atlanta. You know, I don't make my music Atlanta. I am Atlanta. It just happens to sound like me and nobody else, really. You know, I mean, I get compared to, like, Erica and Lauren, but I feel like it's because I got dreads and I sing a little bit. But other than that, I don't know anybody that sounds like myself. I don't know anybody that sounds like my producers, the producers that I work with. And I think just fostering my own sound is what makes it unique.
I am a rapper, but my rap music, it consists of sophisticated ignorance. Like, you know, it's one of them things where it embodies both spectrums of the scale, you know, from the gut of or the harsh reality of struggling and, you know, of coming up in poverty, to even the notion to be a little bit, you know, flashy and successful and kind of celebrate through different behavior the luxuries of life, all the way down to breaking down the aspects of why things are the way they are and how kids feel coming up in each scenario, whether it be they poor or rich, you know, or poor kid who get rich, you know. It's just a sophisticated ignorance mindset is the bridge in between the gap of the people. And I'm not just a rapper, like, I'm just like a soulful instrument with my vocals, you know what I mean?
It's crazy, it's like we don't sound like nobody. Our sound is like, it's so us that it's so unique that it doesn't sound like nothing that you ever heard to your ear because it's so created to mesh us. We make music to feel good to us.
All our songs are one-on-one original songs.
We write all our music. Nobody, we have no writers. No writers, one more time. We said that. We have no writers.
Like, me and Chris can read music, half note, quarter note. Like, we know how to break down sounds, write chords, cadences, anything. Because I know Chris does. He looks at rapping as like his drum. He's gonna get all over the beat. You see what I'm saying? So he's gonna tap, 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 tap. He's gonna get in through there, and he told me that himself. You see what I'm saying? So he looks at music how his, you know, as a drum, as a cadence.
Louis Johnson played bass for Michael Jackson on Billie Jean. And Off the Wall. I think he played on Off the Wall too.
My background consists of a lot of R&B as well as funk, electronic dance music, hip hop, alternative, everywhere. My biggest influences ranged from Prince to Kanye West to Pharrell to Michael Jackson. I think the lane is open for me because what I'm doing is really unheard of, but not really. You know, one day I'll feel like just making a complete rap song with no singing on it. The next day I'll feel like singing an entire song, or singing and rapping, or playing acoustic, or making a beat and just putting the hook with it, or just
only to hold you close. Love come, love go. Please make yourself at home. Wanna do you right, so we'll take time. I won't lead you on. My intent is right. From my
The talent here speaks for itself. But with such a rich musical landscape, how has the perception of our music scene been dominated by one genre?
We here from West Philly to Atlanta, man. Came to the trap house. Show some love, man.
So, what's your favorite type of music to listen to?
You know,
mostly trap, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know, it's more, it's not just like what they talking about, it's like the motivation behind it, like, you know, the bass, the beats, the lyrics, everything about it, you know what I'm saying? It's like some good, get money music.
So, like, I mean, us being from Philly, we look at Atlanta as, like, where trap music first started. Like, that's just what we think about. So, coming from Philly to here, I mean, it's like the same thing. It's all the same thing. It's just
another
a different
dynamic.
way.
Another dynamic of, like, the urban culture, or, like, what we represent.
I believe trap music really kind of took over just everybody in general because everybody can relate to the trap in some form or fashion. Whether you from Marcy Projects or Bowen Homes or the Pork and Bean Projects, you know what the trap is in some form or fashion. So even though it's an Atlanta thing, I think it caught fire so fast because everybody can relate to it.
I think it's all about the melody and what they could be saying absolutely nothing, but it's still like, it's the way they say it, it's the way they deliver it. People like it. It's just like when you're with your friends riding in the car, like you want to listen to some shit that's gonna make you all hype.
It's a crazy thing when the song come on and you just see, hey, it's that one like, hey, everybody can hear it, and you're like, okay. Is there something real infectious about Atlanta's like bounce on certain tracks and things like that, and it's like it's easily identifiable and it's often imitated, but when you've been like submersed and you came up around it, and the people in that region, they would know instantly like, oh, this is really an Atlanta sound because it has a bounce, or it's just somebody taking elements.
When T.I. hit the scene and he finally started getting recognition the way that he should have been, that's when trap really, really hit the scene. And by the time Young Jeezy came around the corner, it really kind of verified everything that T.I. was talking about. And so we took it as something, quote unquote, more serious and not just something that, oh, okay, this one person kind of made it up. Now it's just like, oh, wait, is this a whole new genre of music we're talking about now? Yeah, it is.
Radio is an advertising business. Like, they make money off of selling advertising space on their station based on how many listeners are tuning in and doing whatever else, a bunch of other things. So their goal is we have to present content that's gonna grab the most potential and maximize how many people are gonna be tuning in, because when this ad space runs, we need X amount of listeners, we need all of this. So business-wise, it's better for them to play like, oh, this is just what's going on right now? We're playing this to death. We're playing this to death because this is what draws the most attention. So, and right now, those other type of artists may not be the ones that are making the song that's a smash hit right then. Because it may be something that, like, usually like a pop hit or a smash hit or whatever, it's usually not the most in-depth thing of your mental process. It's not just like, oh man, they just broke that down. So, no, it's like, we're going to give it to you in a basic format that you can repeat it. It'll make you feel good and you'll want to say it. The rhythm's going to be very similar. The sounds are going to be similar in some regards. Tempo, everything. Everything's going to be set up or positioned in a certain type of way because this is the formula that works.
I think that's what some people strive to make. Some people make it a strategy, and also I think some people, that's all they have the ability to make. You know what I'm saying? Because like nowadays it's more about, like I said, it's about who could go viral. It's not really, people aren't really just like, let me go perfect this craft, Back in the day, like, producing was so hard, you know what I'm saying, to even get into a studio and get access to equipment and all that stuff. It was so difficult, and the recording process was so difficult that you really had to master the craft to even be able to attempt it. And so now it's just so simple. People just download Fruity Loops, the crack version, and they're ready to go. So I don't think people take as much time perfecting the craft at all.
Most of the biggest names in mainstream hip hop right now are from Atlanta, and they make trap music. Future, Thug, Gucci, Savage, like everybody who's from Atlanta in the mainstream, you know, on the scene is making trap music.
For some people, it's true to them. You feel me? I ain't taking that away from them, like, at all. I know this. It's very true to them. But for some people, feel like that's what's supposed to be true for them too, because they see somebody else's truth working so you know, flawlessly from the outside looking in, and then they think that if they do the same thing, that will ultimately get them this a similar success. When in reality, some people force themselves to be on that. You know, some people force themselves to talk about those type of things, or even force themselves to live that type of lifestyle so they can talk about that type of stuff. You feel me?
So I feel like that's why there's an overabundance of it, or that's why it's highlighted so much more. Because I feel like maybe people think if they create that same sound or sound similar to it, they could pop, you know. They could, you know, pop like people on the radio.
Conforming is always, it's always the easy way out. I thought about it when I didn't know what I wanted to do. It was just like, maybe I should try that, but I'm not good at it. I just want to have a different kind of energy with my music.
I feel like, no, I don't feel like we ever felt the need to do so. We said earlier, we a gumbo already as such. Like, we like to make different music. I mean, we listen to so much different music, and I can't even really say it can come off like that sometimes you listen to our music, because it really doesn't. It's still our sound. It still sounds like us.
And we want to make, you know, stuff that people can say, like, I want my mom and self listen to certain shit. Like, I don't trap. I don't do none of that shit, bro. I go to work. I got a regular ass job, bro. Like, we regular ass niggas. We trap merch, man. We trap gear, trap trip. But like, I'm not, you know, gonna portray that in my music, and you know, to the people that want to hear my music, because that's not what I do. I want you to understand, like, you know, I'm a cool ass nigga. I hang with some cool ass niggas. We dress nice, you know. That's how we are. We're impersonal people, bro. We keep pimping, bro. I'm not trying to make or be anybody else.
Yeah, we just us.
We just us, like, and people like that.
Definitely, you definitely like think about doing that. You know what I'm saying? But I could never, bro. Like, I could never. Like, I couldn't. Like, as much as I wanted to even think about actually letting myself do it, I could never, like, get past actually doing it. Like, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going that route. I'm going this route. You feel me?
Don't let the energy get you confused. I am here as an aggressive, positive young nigga. You know what I'm saying? I come with a certain energy. It's because I'm tired of motherfuckers taking advantage of their influence and not being responsible. You dig what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's still a blessing. Thank you, Jesus. Everybody be divine to do it, man. Yeah. What y'all tell them, bro?
Yeah, I'm in the game now. Let's just load the city. Get the hell out on the line. And I'm gonna hold the me. See me with my niggas. Yeah, we so chosen we. And we just close the deal. Looking like more than T's. Looking like more than M's. Yeah, really want the B's. Baby, get off the line. Too many hoes with me. Say hey, what's your mind? Where we supposed to be? Lay up at the house. I give you the rose and D. And I'm on a little yacht. It's just a little boat to me. No, I'm not LeVar, but I got souls with me. And I got bros with me. The Marvin Walls with me. I'm talking about the streets, but really that shit old to me. I can tell you don't know the streets. You'll sell your soul for free. I can tell you don't go for C. We don't even wanna go for free. If it's all over, go for a fee. Fuck a belly and go for the breeze. Go for the lock, sleep like a bee. Wanna be the greatest like Ali. Coming down to 100 on the E. And I'm still nigga floating on the E. Got young in the trade on 3. Let's go to the game, it's on me. Running about us so we won't flow seats. Look around, niggas on IG. Little swipe, I'ma swipe E-visas. Boy, looking like thank you, Jesus. Tell you one time, I'm saying I'm preaching. Yeah, would you look around? It look like thank you, Jesus. So many cars in the driveway, had to park illegal. And the neighbors, they complain, man. Thank you, Jesus. As a young nigga, so blessing, we ain't need this season. Man, would you look around? It look like thank you, Jesus. Burning the bushes like Moses, do it for my people. Man, would you look around? It look like thank you, Jesus.
It's seen as
like we're stuck in this bowl of just nothing but trap everything, because it's making money, it's getting people exposure really quick. It's like that insta famous type of stuff. Yeah. And so people from all these other states and cities, you know, that stuff might be popping, and they dig into, like, they may have their trap music, they may have their, you know, their club music, their other hip hop type stuff, all these stuff that are fused together in their music, and then they see us, and this is our product. This is all we have, because it's as hyped up as it is. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it makes it feel like Atlanta is stuck with just being trap.
Yeah, so many artists out here. There's so many different sounds and weird stuff that goes. I can't even call it weird. It's just different. It's just people being themselves, being unique. But I mean, I think once you get a staple for such a thing as like, oh, you the trap state, or this the Americana state, this the country state, this the jazz state. Like, I feel like a lot of people hold that, and like we spoke about earlier off the record, like a lot of people come here for those things, but not knowing that it's so much other stuff that we had to offer. So.
Are we truly trapped? Can the perception of Atlanta's music change to reflect what we know to be true? Or is there a bold new wave of artists that are already proving that Atlanta sound is deeper than trap?
The artists themselves have to find how they connect with their audience better. Because if you have the people, they're going to play the record. Like, if everybody's just like, this is what we rocking with, they're going to play the record.
You know, I don't make music in spite of what's going on today. Like, I ain't gonna make that shit. I'm gonna make some old school rapidy rap. Like, no, I just make what feels right in this moment, in today's time, what I feel I need to hear and what other people need to hear.
It's slightly harder to gain fans and support, you know, when you're not doing rap, because that's what is generally perceived. They just think, oh, this is Atlanta musician with dreadlocks from Riverdale. Of course he's doing rap. But, you know, when you put out the guitar, some people are gonna be taken aback, maybe not pay attention, but those who do give it a chance actually, you know, find out that there's more to the city, there's more to music, and they might even figure out that they like a different type of music than they knew they did.
So it's all about like meeting people where they are. And I feel like we do that through like taking King Kunta and twisting that shit, making it rock as fuck.
I try to work with everybody. I know that I could do all different styles of music, so when I do make like trap influence music, I always call it trap influence. So I try to call it trap 2.0 because it's not gonna sound like the average beat that everybody says, oh, this sounds the same, you know what I'm saying? So I try to make it something different, but might have elements from trap, like the hi-hats, and then just try to take it to another level creatively, you know?
To make it in this industry, create a team, create a style, perfect your craft.
Work on your craft.
Network your ass off. Like, there's so much more that these artists could be doing.
Work on your craft.
Like, what makes you stand out from all these other artists that would make somebody, you know, for you to be the next star?
Work on your craft.
And I think if artists really took the time and sat and developed themselves as an artist and understood exactly what they wanted to do in the industry, it would work. Put a plan together.
Work on your craft. When you get in front of your audience, you need to be able to deliver. Period. If you can deliver, then you'll be able to make your money and more people will want to see you.
Atlanta artists, whatever your neighborhood is, if you can get 50 to 100 people to come out to one of your shows, you're doing something right. You're starting in the right place. You're building a buzz because that buzz is going to carry you.
You know, that just made me think, okay, you know, I got to find more than one way, more than one avenue to try to get this popping. So I ended up starting to street perform, just hit the city, Peachtree Street, you know, in front of CNN Center or the Phillips Arena after the Hawks game. And I discovered that you reach a lot more people than in some of these venues, and a lot more diverse people. It's people that necessarily wouldn't be in the type of venues that up-and-coming artists would be performing in. So, street performing, finding the clubs and the bars that are into, open mics and sit-ins as far as instrumentalists, and it actually started working. Started finding places that actually pay you to play, gigs that actually making money instead of playing for free and waiting in line.
We had to come together, put our own tours together, and travel that shit all around the world. These are all indie artists from Atlanta.
More promoters putting on shows that actually have these artists to get them to a broader audience and saying, hey, check this kid out, give him a chance.
Take your ass to like the little spots, the hole-in-the-wall spots, the hood spots, the white spots, the mixed spots, the funk spots.
Try to go to these little performances, just wherever. Go to support your friends who do music. You never know who you might see there, even if you don't like your friend's music. Just go there and see what's out, what's popping, what's going on in the city.
Explore the city, explore the different bars that have open mics. There's one every day of the week pretty much here in Atlanta.
I really like Apache. It's my favorite out of all of them, honestly, because it's just a lot of talent that comes through there that people in Atlanta don't even know about.
I think in terms of just changing the mindset, it has to be a conversation. It has to be a situation of people being more inclusive with not only where they hold these shows or who they invite to these festivals, but more so how you build a show.
Robbie is perfect. Because the thing about it is he comes from Donnie, and Donnie comes from India. Donnie comes from Yin Yang, okay? So he's produced the Strange Fruit brand. He's giving artists a platform to perform. You know what I'm saying?
Strange Fruit was birthed out of frustration because as a new artist, not everybody wants to take a chance on you, and then when you are a part of other people's shows, they don't always have the most quality presentations or what you feel is best for you, So I was tired of doing all that, and I was like, I'm going to create my own platform where at least I know everything's going to be right, and invite the artists that I would like to go see on the bill, because I hate going to shows where you're waiting on the last guy to come out or the last girl to come out. I want everybody to be like amazing from all genres, and my show, Strange Fruit, bridges the gap of all these different artists, because a lot of times in Atlanta you have like your rock shows over here, your trap shows over here, R&B shows over here, but I get the best out of all of those genres, and when people come to my shows, they're like, oh damn, I didn't even know like these type of artists in Atlanta exist, you know what I'm saying? So that's a start.
I got Julie, though. I got Julie, Robert,
Is this your first time performing at the early show, or just your experience with it?
It's been a minute, maybe
been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. We've been rocking with them since the beginning, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what.
I love what they got going on. It's a dope vibe, dope platform
So much
for artists
love,
to do what they do.
and it's so free.
Brought you out to the early show tonight.
Oh, this is my home. This is how I perform. This is my shit. I fuck with DG. I fuck with Bree Fields. I fuck with TKO. I fuck with everybody here. This is where I perform. This is where I show my art, and you know, the vibe is great.
Every time I come out here, it's just always been beautiful vibes. I love the colors, the way people just come out and just the energy kind of just comes out, and I just kind of get lost in the moment.
Honestly, I was trying to have band practice, and then it evolved into like other people seeking to express themselves, and then it evolved into the honor to be able to provide a space for others to express themselves. It's really just an honest platform. Artists get to do more songs than they normally do at other places. It's not just an open mic. It's not just one song. You get 4 songs. You get to fully express. You get about 20 minutes. So the people get to walk away with a sense of who you are and what you do. And I think that's very important.
I just think more of an eclectic feel is coming back to Atlanta music. I've seen the crowd that's out there and they're like, oh, okay, like this is actually what I would like to listen to other than what I hear on the radio.
I feel like whatever's real is gonna come out on top.
It's really a day and age of doing you is really cool.
I feel like the underground scene is just artists who don't have that mainstream platform. So, but the thing is, if you're not tapped into it, they can't really get there.
Go on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, look into the hashtags of Atlanta music and just see the different underground people who are really grinding and really working at their crafts. 9 times out of 10, it won't be a rapper.
At this point in time, underground artists are really the true leaders. Now we're looking for the underground talent because they're setting the narrative, they're setting the cool, they setting the vibe and the trend that is next to blow. And that is already popular, it's just that everybody isn't aware of it just yet. So,
I think that falls on the responsibility of us as music consumers. They'll never have opportunity if no one's ever like checking for it or streaming that stuff on their SoundCloud.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only way we can change the scope of what's happening. If we genuinely support and share the music that we like.
I think just supporting it in general, you know what I'm saying? Like coming out to the different shows and like just promoting those artists, like, and sharing the music with different people. I think that's one of the easiest ways to like elevate that music, like just by sharing it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, everything now is about being viral, so you gotta make those records viral,
And as Southerners and Atlantans, we are a bunch of co-signers, period. You heard somebody once and then someone tells you again, you're like, you know what? I'm not listening to them again. That's all it takes.
I guess I wish that people had a better palette for what type of music they consume, and not just OD on one thing. Because right now it's just, oh, this is what's on the radio, this is what we listen to, but just like it's more to it than just radio hits.
There is so much good music that is not trap happening in Atlanta, and a lot of people in Atlanta know about it. And I just feel like regardless of what's going on now, those things will prevail because it's genuine and it's good music and it's coming out of Atlanta, so it has to pop.
If you wanna say that, oh, this is the only type of music that come out of Atlanta, that's your choice. That's a choice now.
Lost control,